Sathya Sai Speaks, Volume 7, Chapter 5, Part 1. Not Loka, but Lokesha. You know that today is a sacred festival at Prashanti Nilayam, and thousands have gathered here to share in it. Most of them have come with a load of sorrow, which they hope to unburden here. Many are praying for the relief of their physical or mental ills. Some are broken by the weight of misery. Most have some pain or other, some loss or other, for which they crave relief. My task is to appease their grief. Vaidyo Narayano Hari. Narayana is the doctor that destroys illness. That is what the Vedas declare. So I shall do that work. The doctor does the main surgical operation or the main task of diagnosis and prescription. The rest is done by the nurses, isn't it? They attend to the patients kindly and considerately, to their food, their temperature, their movements, and, with loving care, they help recovery. It is that type of service that I am allotting to you today. If you fail in your duties to these patients, if you do not follow the doctor's instructions strictly, and attend to their needs as directed, you will be complicating matters and causing great harm. Na karmana na prajaya dane naityage naike amratattvamanashu. Immortality can be attained not by ritual deeds, nor by birth, nor by wealth, but only by sacrifice and renunciation. This is the declaration of the Vedas. The seva, service, into which you are initiated is the first step in the training for this sacrifice. Seva is the highest sadhana, for God Himself takes human form and comes down to serve mankind and lead it to the ideals it has ignored. Therefore, consider how delighted God will be when man serves man. Worldly thirst makes man bestial, thirst for Krishna. Many people come to Prashanti Nilayam all alone, though they are old or ill, for they are too poor to afford a companion, or too orphaned to have one. You have to be on the lookout for such and seek chances to help them. Do not wait until they faint or fall. Seat them in the shade or inside the sheds and relieve their exhaustion or thirst. As best and as quickly as you can, persuade the younger and healthier persons to vacate their seats inside the sheds for the sake of these aged and sick persons, and do not yourself occupy the front rows. The badge does not confer any privilege on you, it only puts responsibilities on you. In your anxiety to see me from close quarters, do not push your way into the front. But wherever you are, even in the farthest corner, if you are cheerfully discharging the duty I entrusted to you, I shall be with you by your side. Do not doubt this. You are wearing my picture on the badge, but I am inside your heart all the time. The weather is pretty hot nowadays, and so you have one more item of service, the supply of drinking water to the thirsty. The body suffers from thirst for water, that is called Trishna. The spirit has a keener thirst, Krishna. Worldly thirst is disastrous. It makes man bestial in his efforts to satisfy the craving. If the earth was a little smaller, man might have swallowed it whole. Luckily, it is a little too big. Grace of the Guru will save the devotee. But you are not concerned with the world. You are now concerned with the Lord of the world, not the Loka, but the Lokesha. Obey the command of the Lord, that is enough. You need not worry that you have no time for japa, or dhyana, or puja, or prayer. Shankara, the great Acharya, had 4 chief pupils: Tautaka, Hastamalakya, Sureshwara, and Padmapada. Of these, Padmapada was intent only on service to the Guru. He could not pay attention to the lessons. The others used to sneer at him for his backwardness in studies. But his deep reverence for the Guru made up for it. One day, he washed the clothes of his Guru and dried them on a rock in the middle of the river. But even as he was folding them, the river rose fast in a swirling flood, and he had scarce foothold on the top of the rock. It was getting late. The Guru would need the washed clothes soon. So Padmapada resolved to walk across over the raging waters. He knew that the blessing of his Guru would save him, and it did. Wherever his foot was planted, a sturdy lotus bloomed and bore it on its petals. That is why he came to be called lotus-footed Padmapada. The grace of the Guru enabled him to master all knowledge and shine as a brilliant exponent of the ancient wisdom. Life is short. It is liable to be cut short any moment. The body may fall and release you without notice. So while you can, you must dedicate the heart to him who gave it to you. Your heart is your witness. Question it whether you have obeyed the directions of the Lord. 1,000 persons may swear that you have not, but if your conscience affirms that you have, you need not fear. Serve God by serving the godly. There was a clever miser who argued that God need not be given any offerings, for with Amrit, nectar, in his stomach, he would have no hunger or thirst. He argued that it would be sacrilegious to pour water on his idol because the Ganga emerges from his feet, and it will be highly improper to apply on the head what has originated from the feet. So too, he dismissed the idea of offering the lotus flower since it bloomed from his navel. All these are but excuses by which the conscience cannot be deceived. Do not people make a crown for the idol from gold that once formed an anklet for his foot? Reverence can transform and make things pure and holy. Do not manufacture excuses for avoiding services to God. Serve God. By serving the godly, God appreciates that service the most. The greatest consequence of seva is the elimination of egoism. Ahamkara. Surdas prayed that he be made the servant of the Lord, so that no trace of ego be left in him. This is the reason why the pupil who lived with the Guru had to go with a bowl to beg his food. Surdas said, "The Lord does not need my services. He has everything. He has many devotees more efficient than I, but these, his devotees, they are in distress. They need care. I shall serve them and uplift myself. You are now serving the really needy. When a marriage is celebrated in your home, you compel people who are already full to eat more and more, resulting in waste, while the well-fed are overfed against their wish. The hungry who clamor at the door for a morsel are driven away with a hail of harsh words." Surdas told Krishna, "You are eternally content, eternally full, free. Why should I serve you? I shall serve those who are in need of service. See the universal in all. See all as similar waves, sustained by the same sea. Develop that kinship, that love, that sympathy. Serve others, not with the feeling that they are others, but with the attitude of worship that you reserve for God. One single act of service offered to the God whom you visualize in another is worth all the years of yearning for God. Sri Sathya Sai Baba.